Welcome back to another scintillating, titillating, exciting, and I don't think very boring. I think it's exciting. I'm excited to have our friend here, Miss Jennifer. Are you excited to have our friend here? Good, because we're back for another episode of A Guide to Poor Parenting, a podcast where me, Jason,
and me, Jennifer,
have a few drinks
and talk shit about our kids.
Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Guide to Poor Parenting, all one word. All right. I was thinking what we should do from now on is let our guest introduce the cocktail king.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That works.
So let's introduce our guest. Our guest is our dear friend, EJ. We'll leave out your last name.
You can. Nobody's looking for me, so
that's
fine.
that you know of. Mr. EJ, what are we drinking today?
We are drinking an old fashioned.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Very strong old fashioned at that.
Yeah. You asked it. We were trying to figure out what to make, and you're like, I don't care, whatever. I'm like, God damn it, EJ, make a choice.
Help us decide.
And you did, and thank you for making it because it was delicious. I had to look up the recipe. I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah. I did a really good job mixing.
You did. We got some. I think this is the Irons One bourbon from the distillery at Low Mill here in Huntsville.
Yep.
And I hope no one on the podcast can hear our children screaming in the other room. If
or
they
the
can.
Dishwasher going.
Or the dishwasher, or the fan going in the background.
We are our working environment.
It's just kind of natural in this household.
It's a working kitchen.
Right.
And we are working parents. All right. Well, let's get this podcast started. Miss Jennifer, how's your week been?
It's been okay. Just okay.
Still having long COVID symptoms?
Of course.
Well, I don't know if our 4 listeners know.
Hi, Mom. Hey, Mom. Yeah, that, and then we found out this week I took Wesley to get tested for dyslexia and dysgraphia, and $400 later,
Woo!
He has both. Yay! So now I'm trying to figure out what to do next, and just try and get up. I just want to get him to his level, right now he reads at a first grade level, and he's in 5th grade, so it just gets harder from here. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get him there.
The tester later has some good ideas though about getting like the Kindle books and changing the font color fonts to the dyslexic friendly fonts.
Right.
Colors.
That helps me help him, but I don't know how much school is going to help him because dysgraphia is where it's your brain knows what you want to write, but then when it hits the pen, it doesn't do what your brain is telling it to do. There's a disconnect, and I don't know how you fix that. So
I have a feeling the practicing not the stencils, but like the books where you they have the letters printed out, but they're kind of embossed and sunk down. I figure getting that muscle memory should help.
Not with spelling, I don't think.
Spelling, no, but at least his writing ability. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get there. Was it last week when he got in the fight and got kicked out of after school care? Or was it the week before?
Week before.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, well, he didn't get in a fight.
Oh, that's right. He threw something at a girl and then kicked her bag. If I remember.
Yeah. They started it. He thought he finished it, and he got kicked out of after school. And then he was being disrespectful, and he wasn't listening, and then he was doing all the stuff that a child with ADHD will do, especially if he doesn't have his medicine, which I've told them that time and time again, but they don't want to give him his medicine, so.
Did the other after-school program?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I know Mr. Martin did, but I mean, like, when Mr. Martin was at after school, he wasn't on medication.
He wasn't on medication yet, so. Because we only did that for 1 year while we were trying to get him. And then COVID hit, and then there was no after school, and yeah.
It's been a pretty chill week. My job is pretty low-key at the moment. I work in the field of healthcare services. Well, I'm a healthcare educator. So I help people in the community just become aware of different healthcare issues that affect the community. And I manage a group of people that go out and do particular things for that. It's been a chill. That's the most that I could say about I'm doing a lot of training of people and staff. So that's fun-ish. Adjacent. Yeah. But yeah, it's been pretty cool. Outside of that, I've just been gaming away on the Switch and hanging out with you guys.
Yay.
Playing with your pussycat.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yeah.
For our 4 listeners, we're doing a little break in tradition. Normally we get other parents on and talk about what it's like to be a parent. EJ is a real good talker. He knows how to spin a good yarn, as they say. And, well, you're fun to talk.
Okay.
And, but you don't have.
I do not.
You were smart.
Yes.
And decided not to follow in our god-awful footsteps. Adopt some children.
Yep.
And you never knocked a woman up. So.
That is true. Never had the opportunity or the desire. So, yeah.
You didn't want to plant that seed?
No, I'm good. I'm perfectly fine with that. I've always wanted to have children when I was younger. But the older that I've gotten and just kind of experiencing life more, there were some factors that contributed to me not wanting to have kids. And all of it kind of centers around stability. So like financial stability, housing stability, and mental stability. If I'm lacking in at least one of those areas, it ain't right for me to have a kid.
No, I thought it was because he saw our kids and was like, hell no.
That was a part of it.
No, know how to deal with this.
That was definitely a contributing factor. But I think I made my mind up years ago.
Yeah.
Because you talked about wanting kids before.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Like when I was in high school, college, I always talked about having this rainbow coalition of kids, kind of like Josephine Baker and Angelina Jolie, adopting children from all over the world. But children are expensive.
Yeah.
I've watched y'all put out a fork of money to just entertain the kids, and then they get gripey about not having their specific type of entertainment.
We were just talking about that. I was talking to my cousin Kelly about we were talking about doing a Disney cruise, and she was like, they're just so expensive. She's like, I'm kind of Disneyed out because she took her 7 and 5-year-old to Disney, and she's like, all they wanted to do was go back to the fucking pool. And she's like, we spent $1,000 a day for the 4 of us. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
These ungrateful little fuckers.
Yep.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I grew up in a very rural area in my early childhood, and then when I was an adolescent and teenager, I grew up in a small city, and I've seen plenty of young mothers and young parents, rather, struggle with taking care of kids because they weren't financially stable. Their housing situation wasn't stable, or they just really weren't they didn't have the mental capacity to like take care of the kids that they needed to. And I said that would never be me. I'm going to graduate and be rich and famous.
That's right. You were going to be a music producer, weren't you?
Right, yeah. I wanted to do the whole music thing, but I was too chicken to move, and that never happened. So the real world hit me pretty hard.
And then when I asked you to edit this podcast, you're like, fuck no. All right.
Absolutely.
I will say you have great boundary setting.
Oh, yeah. I try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike Jennifer, well, I feel like but Jennifer and I could both be like, oh, we'll do it, and we don't want to do it.
Yeah. If I really don't want to do it, especially now, I'm like,
yeah,
I don't want to do something else, please.
Well, you're real good with your sisters. I know that, and like, but I think like the 4 of us, like if one of us really wants to do something, the other one doesn't. Some of the times we'll do it.
Yeah, but that's compromise. That's not breaking a boundary.
Yeah,
it's usually about food. Is really what that whole thing is usually about.
I'll do.
Or I'll do Indian, or
yeah, that's true.
That's usually what that's about.
So EJ, if you had if you'd had the financial stability and housing stability, would you have ever done it single parent? Like,
oh, absolutely.
Oh, you would have? Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember you talked about it with your you had said you and your last boyfriend had talked about it.
We had talked about it, but I think we were both on the same page at that time of not wanting to have kids. If we're allowed to curse, fuck him.
Oh yeah. Fuck him.
And everything that's adjacent to him. But we were pretty much on the same page of, like what we wanted with our futures. And kids weren't a part of that. Yeah. So yeah, but that was me at a stage of life where I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sound-minded enough to say that, yeah, I don't have all of these areas that I want stable enough. So maybe putting kids on the back burner and just enjoying my life the way that it should be precedent right now.
Would you date someone that has kids?
Yeah. I don't. Let the record show, I do not hate kids.
No,
the stars.
Well, I will say that is one of the. You especially, like Louise and Griffin, I know love our kids, but I think they more tolerate. You will you don't always come out and vacation with us, but you will actually spend active time with us a
Yeah.
lot more than
Yeah.
a lot of other like non-childhood friends. So we cherish you for that.
Yeah.
Because we like I think Jennifer and Zane all knew that like when Zane and I started the process, we're probably gonna lose some non-childhood friends because kids are. Even if you like, even in the best of circumstances, they're a pain in the ass just to be around. Sometimes, like you go to a party and they're just up your ass constantly, and if you're not in love being around kids, goddamn.
And they're hanging on you, and Mr. EJ, and
I will say our kids adore you.
Well, I adore them as well. I just battle with with setting a boundary with myself and not sharing discipline roles. I'm not their parent, so
No.
I can't tell them to sit down and be quiet. Although I want to tell them that.
You feel free.
Feel free to
you
do
have
it
permission.
anytime.
Yeah. If you want to put them in.
If you want to put them in timeout, if you want to use the belt, it's just like,
Yeah.
Well, no, Wesley
right,
can't get
yeah,
the bell.
yeah.
well, that's Wesley.
He wants that.
That's
so,
Wesley.
yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Cleo,
I don't
now-
give permission for that one.
Yeah.
Oh no, and y'all don't do the spanking and the corporal
No.
punishment thing. So, but with me, is there are times with Wesley and Kalia that I'm like, I'm gonna just step away. I'm gonna just step away right now because y'all are getting on their nerves, and I love my friends, and now y'all are getting on my nerves because you're getting on their nerves. Right. So I'm gonna just step away.
Yep.
Yeah, but I still love.
It's for us, like at least for me, I know it's like when you're in the middle of something and then once your goddamn attention will not leave you the fuck alone, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Can I cook, do something that," or like when Jennifer and I, when I'm helping Jennifer with her physics homework, and Wesley has to come in and ask us ridiculous questions, I'm
Yep.
like, well, I love you. To knock a tooth out, you better get out of here.
No, I really enjoy them when they share an interest in something that I have an interest in. That's a little bit selfish on my part, but like that's easy
Yeah.
to like hang out with them when they're really into something that I'm doing. And then also I get to teach them something about something that I enjoy. So that's the easy part. But when they're not interested and then their like attention span is like a gnat and they want to go on to something else or someone else and make as much noise and mess as possible, yeah, I'm like, let me go in the other room right now.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Your words, not mine.
We could read your thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although we love him.
Yes.
So what was it for you that made you guys want to have?
I always knew I was going to have kids. I was lucky that Zane wanted them, but had I not met Zane, I honestly would have moved back to Texas about 10 years ago. You know how long we met? 2012. So, like, had I not met him, I probably would have moved back, found a job, moved back to Texas, and I had a job out here, but I wasn't dating one seriously. I was dating named Brett, but that kind of fell through. But I probably would have done foster care single because I always knew I wanted, especially after I started volunteering with Big Brother, solidified it for me. If I can handle these little bastards. But what about you, Jay?
I've always been a mama. That's just in my nature.
I think we call those conditions.
That's true. It is, but that is me. Like, I helped raise my brother. I have always mommed my friends, like made sure everybody was where they were supposed to be, or I knew where they were, or something. I was always told that I would be a good mom, and I just never met anybody that I didn't want a baby daddy, and I never met anybody that I would want to father a child with. I got to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting kind of old. And
Them ovaries are drying up.
yeah, and everyone had moved out of the house, so I had room to spare in my house, in my heart, and so I was like, let me get a kid.
I think you also saw like the process through and
Yeah.
felt like you could handle it too.
Yeah, definitely.
Because when did we meet you, Jay? It was like right before COVID, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, so like 2019, I believe. Yeah.
Did we have Kalia by that time?
I think you were in the process of acquiring Kalia.
We went down to the used car dealership and got her. Because I think we met.
Inheriting.
Yeah, I think we met her. You in like. Have we moved? Were we in this house?
No, not
No.
yet.
Oh, okay. And then it was been like. Did you meet us before the wedding?
Yes.
Okay.
So I met you all probably like November, December of 2018, and we
yeah.
really became like solid friends in 2019. Yeah.
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 With David and Jason.
Yeah.
Who have also been on the podcast.
Yeah. So
I was there too.
San's kid at that moment.
Yeah, we had
we had
Justin.
Justin.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
we had
Yes,
Justin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but-
son's little kid.
Yeah,
Right,
son.
little kids. Yeah.
Annoying kid. In a
Yes.
different way.
We had a grumpy teenager that didn't want to spend any time with us.
Right.
Yeah.
A grumpy teenager who's now a mid-20-year-old with a steady girlfriend
And job.
and job for the last 10 months now.
Yeah. Very,
No,
very proud.
12 months because he started in December of last year.
So 11.
Yeah. And I know I told you this, but he was asking me the other day if he could switch to so he works the third shift from like 10 to 7 in the morning, something like that. And he asked me that if he could switch to the 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. shift because he uses my car to go to work. And I was like, I'm fine with that. Well, I was like, I would be fine with that if I didn't have to pick up Clea and Wesley, or pick up Clea in the afternoon from school because I never know when Zane's going to get home. But I was like, well, how much do you have saved up for a car? Because, he's been talking about it. He's like, about $7,000. I was like, what?
The pearls.
Seriously, as EJ clutches his pearls, literally. Because this boy has always been like, that money's burning a pocket in his hole, or a hole in his pocket. Oh, God, I can speak right now.
It's old fashioned.
It's very strong. But, yeah, so I was shocked. And I was like, maybe that's enough to buy a decent used car right now.
Put it down on it.
Yeah,
At least,
something.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd qualify for a loan, but we'll see. But I did tell him I would, if he wanted to, I'd take out a small personal loan with him. Because if he gets a car loan, he'd have to get comprehensive insurance. But if it's a personal loan, to add on top of what he saved up, do that. I mean, I was shocked.
But doesn't he?
He has to have liability insurance.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't
So not
have
full coverage.
Yeah,
That's
he has
just
to.
fine coverage.
If you finance it, if you do a car loan, you have to have full coverage
I got
as
you.
part of the.
But even with Justin, although he's very distant in our interaction, I'm like very proud of him for growth that he's accomplished in the last
Year.
year.
Yeah, well, because he.
Almost
Yeah.
a year.
Okay.
No, it's been well. He had his car accident last year, but that's
Months.
no. Yes, you should. I am proud of him
for
too.
the last
Yeah.
few months.
Yeah,
Not buying Jordan because they got a scuff.
yeah.
Not
Or he
buying,
creased the toe cap, or whatever the
Right.
fuck they call
Or
it.
all the PlayStations, Xboxes, games, and all that stuff. It's not.
He has purchased 2 Xbox.
And then sold them. And then purchased them.
Well-
And then sold them.
Months is what I said.
So I think that's the joy of being a gunkle or a vicarious uncle, is that I can enjoy the growth and the joy of parenthood adjacent to the people that are actually doing the parenting.
And the
So-
fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like Christmas and birthdays,
Yeah.
and when we
And
go
if
to
it-
like.
and they get too loud, back away you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you can walk to another room to get away from that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they will follow her.
Yeah, I love being a gunkle, and I have a friend that lives in Georgia, and I'm her daughter's godfather.
Okay.
And just the joy of like watching her grow up and like learn things, become the young little princess that she is just joyful. But whenever I get tired of her, I can just send her.
Yes.
Oh, the single life.
Is
Yeah.
it a legal document, the Godfather, or is it?
It's just a statement.
Okay.
Yeah. My friend has presented that as an option.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, does she
that's-
have you in the will as the person who would take the child if she died?
Me and one other friend. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she better live a long,
Absolutely.
healthy life.
Yeah.
Okay, so you and the other friend would have Jordan.
Yeah.
Or I have to figure it out.
Yeah. Have to figure it out.
But like, here, other friend, there's a child. I'll visit on birthdays and
I'll support.
holidays.
Yeah. Here's the money.
Gwen, my little brother's mom, she changed her will to die.
Good thing they're turning 18.
Well, in Alabama, they don't mean shit, but yeah.
And I had my mom originally, and I changed
Yeah.
because Mama can't take care of no crazy Wesley. We spend more,
Yeah.
so. It's,
Well, it was funny to think that if God forbid something ever happened to you and we ended up getting him, he would be Clea's uncle.
oh my God, he would never let her live that
Nope.
shit down.
Yep.
Okay, so I got to live until 8 more years till he's 19.
All right.
Yeah, we didn't do
He has a lot
much.
of time.
We never did anything with Justin because he was so old. But with Kalia, since we have joint custody with Kiki, she's a beneficiary of our life, and her and Justin. That was like kind of set. They'd be set for at least a few years.
Right.
Fuck up the money situation. I'm like, we'd be dead. I don't care.
Yeah, you do.
Well, not as much as my mom cares, but I would worry. I'd be dead, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Right.
But I do have trust in Kiki that she could figure.
Okay.
But yeah. So I'm trying to think. Do we have any kids? Do you have any other kids in your life besides ours and yours? I mean, you have your nieces and nephews. Right?
I have 7 nieces and nephews.
7?
So yes, I have 2 girls,
From your brother?
2 nieces, and I have 5 nephews.
Are they all from your sister?
No, mostly, but not all.
Oh, okay.
My brother, who's passed away, he has a son who is 19 now, and then my sister has 6 kids. She has 2 sets of twins and 2 older boys. So there's a older young man now, 25, and then the second oldest is 23. And then you have the first set of twins that are 21, and then the second set of twins.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It's a lot of kids, period.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
But if I remember correctly, you like your sister lives up in Detroit, right?
She does now, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So were you around when the kids were little?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They lived in Montgomery when I lived in Montgomery, but for the most part, they would visit when I lived in Birmingham, because I lived in Birmingham for the majority of my adult life.
Okay.
So I would either come down for holidays or they would come up.
Were you always the? Because for our kids, you're the fancy gay uncle.
Yeah.
Were you the fancy gay uncle? For
I
you?
was the fun uncle that took them out to movies and to like McDonald's. You know, whenever, my sister was like, well, do you have McDonald's money? It's like, no, but Uncle EJ does. So let me go ask him. Yeah.
I'm about to say, gonna send.
I was like, why haven't you ever taken
I know
Wesley
we're gonna send our
Williams?
kids out because Mr. EJ got some.
Y'all always have them taken care of before I get here, so.
Okay, so next weekend I don't have them taken care of. I just need you to take them something.
Never have to work.
No, I don't. It's fine.
I will say,
Of course I would if it was asked of me or needed.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I would never do
I
that.
know you wouldn't,
Yeah,
but
so-
if it was needed.
I love
would.
you,
I love
yeah.
you too.
But I do
If-
feel we should go watch Black Panther.
yes.
Absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't care if there's violence, fine.
Oh, I like Cleo watch one too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they need to see all that strong blackness. Because Wakanda forever. Yeah.
I will say the I'm trying to think the first vacation we did all together. Was it
Gatlinburg.
Dollywood?
It was Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gatlinburg, okay.
Yeah.
Because after that vacation, I was like, you just like melted my heart out of that. You were so patient with the kids.
Yep.
And the fact that you actually wanted to go on a vacation with us and 2 children.
Yep.
It just is like,
Yep.
good friend.
But baby, let me tell you,
Tell us, son, tell us.
that was the most trying weekend.
Oh, that was a horrible. I mean, for
Ever.
everybody. Yeah.
Kalia was on one, and Wesley.
Jennifer is shaking her glass at Zane to get a new, another. Do you need the recipe?
I'll figure it
Hold on. My phone's up there with the recipe.
out. Okay, I got it.
So yeah, Kalia was on one, and she was just in a mood the entire trip. And Wesley was just so excited to like participate in everything. He was like bouncing off the walls, literally, Dollywood. So like, it was just tough to get a handle or a grip on their emotions during that time. But once we like got to those moments where we just like walking and enjoying Gatlinburg and enjoying
Dollywood.
just not Dollywood a thing.
We didn't really stay long at Dollywood,
yeah,
so.
it was a thing. But Gatlinburg, when we went to up the hill, in the Gatlinburg area, that was nice. Because they were interested in like looking at stuff and going to see things. Yeah, they were like bratty. It was a joy
I think Clay was one.
to not have them complain all the
This
time.
was before Wesley's medicine, right?
Yeah,
This is before
absolutely.
we knew about it. And then at one point, Clea was mine and Wesley was.
This was, I think that was actually before EJ arrived.
Oh, was that before?
Because
Okay.
we went to a
Oh.
Tascasita, I think is what it's called. You came the next day, if I remember correctly.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
the first night.
Yeah,
it
that
was
first
horrible.
night we went up the mountain. It's called a Tascasita or something like that.
Akista.
Anakista, that's
Anakista,
it. Anakista.
that's what it was.
And Kalia and you hadn't had Wesley very long.
Nope.
Like it was like a few months.
Yep.
And
He showed his.
He was, well, Kalia kept hanging on you.
Yep.
And, well, we hadn't had Kalia that long either. And they both kept fighting to hang on you.
Yep.
They wanted to hold your hand, and so we had to set up a rotating schedule of like 15, so it was getting very annoying. And Wesley was an asshole about it. And then when we got to Gatlinburg, Kalia just had attitude, goddamn day.
Yep.
I had to pull her aside several times to sit down and shut up.
There was one moment when Wesley, I guess, upset about something. And I pulled him aside and I was, hey, like, it's just temporary, don't get too upset about it. It's going to be all good. And just trying to be, like, supportive of him. And he was like, I know, I just don't want to talk about it. I was like, okay, I understand. But, like, whenever you want to talk about it, just know that we're here to help you. Like, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I don't want to talk about it with you. I was like, well, sucker. You ain't got to talk about it with me. All right?
In the oop.
In that oop. And I was like, okay then. So I was like, you know what? He's just upset. He's in his feelings. That's understandable. But that's when I was like, these aren't my kids.
Yeah.
These are not my kids. And I'm good.
Oh,
and I can walk away.
I'm sorry that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't feel that way now.
I know, absolutely. Yeah. And it was in a moment where he was upset and he didn't really want to like process his emotions or process his feelings.
Yeah.
So that was a lesson learned, that when he is upset, leave him be, because my little feelings was hurt.
Oh.
I remember though, before you arrived, you came in late the night we got back from Anacostia. Oh, Zane, can I get a little ice too?
Okay, you're gonna hear it now.
Yeah, they have Zane being the bartender right now.
Yeah.
He's always our bartender.
And I just had a friend of me and EJ, and Kalia's old piano teacher, going to start editing the sound for you.
Oh, sweet.
I don't think he's actually going to hear this part of it, but if he does, Steven, we love you. Thank
Hi,
you.
Steven.
Hi, Steven. I told him, I was like, you don't have to listen to the podcast. I just need you to like balance out the sound and add in the outro and intro music and take out any pauses. He's like, I think I can automate that and do it in 5 minutes. I'm like, that's all.
Awesome.
But so the night you arrived, we put Kalia, I think, was on the couch.
Wesley was in his bed.
Yeah, Wesley was in the bed you were going to take, and we were scared because I don't think we had pull-ups for him.
We did, but
He sweated so profusely. He had a puddle in the bed. Luckily it was a queen. You could like go to one side, but we were like to pee because it was so much.
Yeah.
But he just had like sweated hardcore, and we were like so embarrassed. I know Jennifer was, and I felt bad for Jennifer.
It was all good. I just bunched some covers and some towels over that spot, and I went straight to sleep.
It was a long day.
Well,
He just slept. I mean, he just sleeps hard anyway.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't get heavy blankets. He sweats so. Then his little ass works with no shirt, and he's like, "Mom, I'm cold. Put some fucking clothes on." Really? You're cold? Sure.
I don't know what it is about, like, I guess when I was young I was the same way, but I just remember Disney when we went there and they got in that 70-degree pool, and you and I like dipped our toe in it, and we were like, that is fucking nice.
That was
It was cold. The pool was
50 degrees.
Okay, well the pool was fucking cold as hell. And Jennifer and I dipped our toe in it, we're like, that. So
Yep.
we got in the hot tub. Kids were swimming, having a great time. I think if they had been white, they'd be blue.
Yeah.
But
Keep chattering.
Yeah, they were just having a blast. I'm like,
And then jumping from hot tub to cold pool, I'm surprised they didn't get they would do that. They would jump back and forth, and it just makes the pool even colder when you use some hot water. I don't understand, but kids are and that was their favorite part of the whole Disney trip, the pool. One time we went.
Well, and that like the brief few minutes we let them in the hot tub.
Yep.
Weren't you would talk? No, it wasn't you. It was Benjamin who talked. I'm talking. You had just gotten back from Disney. Recently. So.
I probably went to Disney earlier that year that y'all went.
Yeah. There was another trip we were trying to get you to go on, but was it the Biloxi? We went to Mobile, the Gulfport.
Yep.
Did we try to get you to go on that?
No, because Grandma was supposed to go.
Oh, that's right.
And then Grandma get to go, so we
Cool, that made my eyes burn.
But them kids just stayed in the sucker all day. And we went to the
was
ocean,
fun.
and the ocean was horrible.
Oh yeah, y'all did. I couldn't, but yeah,
Are we ever gonna get you on another family trip?
maybe.
Well, we're talking about we're talking about New Orleans after Christmas, but Jennifer's schedule's a little bit tricky.
We're just trying to figure it out. Yeah.
So we're thinking if we can't do well, not only with Jennifer's schedule, like finding Airbnb instead of hotels is expensive at the moment. So we're thinking either that or Atlanta, like doing Six Flags.
Okay. Will they be?
Yes, I checked.
Okay.
We're gonna leave the day after Christmas. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought we
down.
were leaving on Christmas.
No, we were talking about leaving. We were talking about leaving the day of Thanksgiving, St. Lucas.
Hopefully
Galley.
not. This will make the
No, we were
podcast.
talking about leaving the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, we were talking about leaving Christmas Day.
Yeah, because
in the
I was
afternoon.
trying to figure out if Mama would
Yeah.
cook on Christmas Eve so that I could have Mama's cooking before we left.
Yeah.
So if we want to leave the day after Christmas, I'm good. So then I get Mama's cooking before we go. 'cause
Okay.
I love my mom.
So if we go, would you be interested in going to
Well,
St.
you'll be
Sure.
in
I'll be in
Montgomery,
Montgomery,
won't
so
you?
this will be a short trip. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool with that.
Yeah.
And you get your own room. You have your own car. You can run away. You don't. We're not gonna leave you the kids. Maybe.
We may give you some money and be like, go take them to McDonald's. Mr. EJ got the McDonald's money.
Will do.
Last time we went to New Orleans, like we walked by McDonald's and through a brick when we walked down.
I didn't think we witnessed it, but it was there.
But we saw the aftermath.
Yeah. It happened like right after we were there.
New Orleans is a special year, so that's
Yeah.
I was
But we love
concerned when y'all said y'all was the kids in New Orleans.
Well, but I mean,
We've
during the
taken-
daytime, it's okay. You
Yeah.
know, they get to see all the
We didn't go
people playing the instruments and dance and all of the cool stuff that's there. And they have the aquarium and the zoo. I mean,
It's not like we have a toddler in a stroller on Bourbon Street at 11 o'clock, which we have seen.
And,
which
Yeah.
we did with your with your
Amanda,
friend.
yeah.
She had her baby. She was drinking her not smoothie, but her
Hurricane.
hurricane.
But she
no,
wasn't the
grenade,
only
hand
one.
grenade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, New Orleans during the daytime, I think is a lot of fun, even for the
Yeah.
kids, because the
Yeah.
French market and like
Get-
Bourbon, we didn't really. There's not much to do for the kids on Bourbon, but like
Audubon.
like the zoo was fun,
Aquarium.
and the what is it? The one just south of French. Is it French Street? Where all the
Royal.
where all the galleries are at.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, and then show them Cafe
Du Monde.
Monet, Du Monde. Thank you, good lord.
Beignets,
Words
what you're trying
are-
to
yeah.
say.
The main cafe.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Get him some beignets and let him try some cafe au lait that's decaffeinated. I'm really excited to show Wesley in New Orleans because Kalia got to go with you guys, right?
Yeah, for just an evening, but yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
The Louis Armstrong Park is kid friendly.
and we went there, or I've been there. Did I go with you guys?
Yeah, well, we walked through it when we did the ghost tour thing.
Okay.
Remember?
Well, you didn't. I didn't.
We didn't go through it really, but we kind of like walked through it on the way to the ghost. Oh, you didn't do the. Did you do the
You-
cemetery?
you-
tour?
with Justin.
I took Justin while you guys had date night.
Yes.
I'm talking about the wedding.
Second wedding?
Yeah.
I went there. I just don't remember who I went with. Just
Okay.
COVID brain. Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, there's a lot of stuff that I think kids would like. I
Yeah.
just don't. I won't take them at night. I'm not going to be the person to stroller at 11 p.m. on Bourbon Street.
Yeah. We did see, like, the kids did see some boobies, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Boobies.
Boobs.
But you want to go back for those fries, bourbon.
yeah. I mean, that's like my favorite food.
The etouffee.
It's the food, the etouffee fries. Oh my
I want
god.
to go back to Mother's. I want to go. I want to take EJ. I want to go on the trip.
Yeah,
together.
when we went last, probably September long. couldn't-
But it goes
At
by
Mother's,
quick.
yeah,
Yeah.
The Mother's line is long, but it's worth it. I
Yeah.
think. But I want to plan to. I think
Yeah,
we'll have a
sure.
good time.
Yeah.
I think we'd all have a good. Hopefully have a good. I'm
A
trying to think.
gay old time.
A gay old time. Have we ever had any other? I'm trying to think. We had any vacations besides that. EJ.
We've been not with
No vacations, but we've done like day trips and stuff.
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
went
yeah.
to like Nashville and Birmingham.
Yep.
Yep.
And places.
And
those-
anything
those
that
are
we
cool.
think that you would like, we try to do.
Yeah,
Like we
absolutely.
don't include you in the pumpkin patch just because you're an adult.
I mean,
And
I could enjoy some of that stuff. And y'all said Disney, I was on for going, but it's like
You had just gone.
I had just gone.
Well, but Disney's different than Pumpkin Patch. I'm just saying, you're not going to be. Well, you might be ziplining or playing in the corn or whatever we mean. But
All sounds like stuff that I have done and will.
okay,
I won't put you both on notice. I was just talking to my cousin Kelly. She's not loving the idea of a Disney cruise. She's trying more Royal Caribbean. So in like a 4-day cruise in spring break time. They have a area where you just drop the kids off and play. all
I
day.
mean, I was down to spend all that money on the damn Disney cruise just to drop his ass off.
Apparently all cruises have that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, all cruises have an area where you just drop the kids
like
off.
I've never even met Kelly, and I'm like, yep, I'm in. Let's go.
So if you would like to go on a cruise,
It sounds delightful.
it's the money.
Although I'm going to LA and then Hawaii.
Again?
Again?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Oh, wait. Weren't you talking? Was this with Steven?
No.
Oh, okay.
Who?
Okay. Steven?
Who?
No, disregard.
Okay.
Okay, edit this out.
But no,
Ryan.
no,
I'm so drunk I don't know his own name.
it was not with
Okay.
him. But no, I was going to.
Sorry. Steve.
I
can't even remember.
Like, I'll stir the pot, but you've already done it.
Oh, I'm not stirring the pot. I just like my old Alzheimer's brain.
What he's trying to say is that EJ's a hoe. But
No, he's not.
EJ's
But-
a serial dater.
um, and who?
EJ just likes to.
Girls just want to have fun.
Right. But so no, I will be going to LA and Hawaii with my high school friend group that I go on trips with regularly. We had just gone to Hawaii with no kid, and we enjoyed it so much. And they have a Disney resort there that my friend that lives in Atlanta that has the kid that I'm the godfather to.
Right.
She wants to take her daughter, and we all are on board with going back to Hawaii because it was a very beautiful experience. But we also want to do Disneyland. So we'll fly to LA, go to Disneyland, go to Universal Studios, and then fly over to Hawaii and go to the Disney Resort for a couple of days back.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
It does sound
Yeah.
like fun.
And the time difference won't be as extreme as it was when we flew from Atlanta straight over to Hawaii, because that was
Hard.
yeah. And with a kid, it'll be a little less.
And when are you doing Disneyland? Is this like
This is probably going to be in October. Like, we usually center our trips around October, so I could very well do the Hawaiian cruise. However, Disneyland and Hawaii, that's a lot of.
when we come to do?
Yeah, can
Maybe,
we invite
sure.
ourselves?
Yeah.
Just let us know.
Yeah, I want y'all to meet them
Yeah.
at some point. Y'all met one of my
We've
friends.
met some
we
of
met
them, right?
one.
You met April.
I liked her.
Yeah.
Was she college or high school?
High school. All for the most part, the friends that I talk about are my high school friends.
Oh, okay.
But I do have a group of college friends that I'm very close to, but we don't travel as much or hang out as much because we live in different places.
How old is your granddaughter? Or goddaughter?
My daughter, she will be 7. No, she's 6. She'll be 6 this week.
Ooh,
Oh,
shoot,
okay.
baby.
I
See,
need to get
kids,
her a gift.
if you don't have children, you can afford to go to Hawaii.
I was just thinking that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. This is why you don't have children.
Yes.
This is why I'm on TikTok and I'll see all these like, we're not having kids. I'm like, you go, kid.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's
Yeah.
awful.
It's expensive.
It's heartbreaking too. Sometimes you're just like, I don't know. Like I'm one of the big things that pushes my buttons with Clea is like, I'm doing my goddamn best and bitching about how it's not good enough. I was like, I'm doing my best. You don't even understand what it would be if we hadn't been in your life. And I'm just like, but how could you possibly explain that to a fucking 9-year-old?
And why would I?
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
bad.
and because like if you tried, you'd be a fucking monster.
Right.
Especially with like Lee and Wesley.
Yeah, your role is to provide a safe environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
grow and nourish.
To their assholeness? Yeah.
So like a lot of that stuff you just kind of have to take on for yourself, which goes back to like the whole mental stability thing. Child, I ain't ready. I am not ready. I ain't ready. I like look back at my mom having to do it on her own. Like, she became a single parent when I was 10, so she had to deal with me, a 10-year-old, my sister who's 6 years old with a mental
severe
disability.
mental disability.
Right, yeah, autism. And a 19-year-old. I have my older sister and my older brother, so she had to support them in their venture off to college and things like that. So she did that on her own, and I'm like, she must be dealing with a lot of like mental issues, or had to have been, that she's covering up very well, I might say, or displacing that to her children
As a
today.
parent does.
Right. That I give her credit where it's due, but to thinking of myself in her position, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you could do it if you had to.
I think you.
I
I
think
think
I don't have to.
Right, but I mean, she
No,
had
yeah.
to.
Right.
So,
She had to.
So,
she
you
had
can
to-
do it
yeah.
if you have to.
Right. Yeah.
It might suck, but you have to.
Right.
You know, because you want to do the best for you. So,
Yeah.
so she had to deal with it, and she did. And I love you, so she did a good job.
yeah,
Oh,
she
thank
produced
you.
wonderful son. And we
Yeah.
all love.
I mean, I haven't met your other friend.
She produced a great son. That's all we care about.
Yep.
All right. Well, that sounds like a good transition. So, let's talk about snack time. Mr. EJ, what have you been snacking on this whole time?
Nuts.
Nuts. D's nuts.
These nuts.
In your mouth.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't been in EJ's mouth, so.
Yeah.
Ooh.
These nuts happen in my mouth.
We asked.
Salty nuts in my mouth.
We asked EJ earlier in the week. I was like, "What do you want for snack time?" He's like, "Oh, why don't you make those candy pecans?" I'm like, "Girl, I ain't got time. I gotta cook dinner because it's Sunday and Jennifer and EJ always come over to our house." And I was like, "I ain't time for all that shit."
I could have assisted.
No, whatever. This is no. I'm not to say you couldn't. I'm just saying this is like our Jennifer and I's pet project. We don't expect the guest.
I could have assisted.
You could
Yes.
have, and you were not expected to.
I could.
Next guest we have, we'll have the.
We'll have
the
EJ provide
pecans, and he will assist you making them. How about that?
I mean,
that work for you?
nice.
Oh, well, damn.
I wanted them today.
Oh, well.
I got some sweet nuts for you, baby. All right. Well, now that we talked about snack time, let's talk about story time. EJ, you got a good story about either our kids, your godchildren, or nieces and nephews?
Let's be selfish for a moment and talk about me.
Oh. Did you destroy your mom's car growing up? Did you steal like your dad's wallet and buy a
Nintendo.
Nintendo?
No.
Okay.
No,
None of that.
He's not that old.
It would have been a Nintendo, NES. But no, none of that. I was a pretty,
Typical gay kid.
laced up, pretty well-to-do, well-mannered kid. But
Typical gay kid.
But I was at home a lot during the summer, so we didn't have cable. So I watched a lot of PBS.
Hell yeah.
And one of my favorite shows to watch was Bill Nye. So
That was PBS?
yeah, Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh, I love Bill. I just didn't realize
Yeah.
it was PBS. I think it was
Beekman's World was on CBS.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I remember
Also
both
enjoyed-
of those, but
yeah.
I love Bill Nye too.
Yeah.
Do you remember those, Jay?
But
Fuck my dad.
but no, I really love Bill Nye and some of the experiments that he did. And something just sparked in my head that maybe I was like, we have a bunch of chemicals in the house.
Oh, no.
Yeah, why don't I just gather them all up and pour them all together and see what happens?
Did you make some chlorine gas and poison yourself?
No, I did not. Let me finish my story. The place where I knew that we had like the most stuff was in the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. In our house at that time we had the master bathroom, which is mostly my mom's stuff, and we had the shared bathroom, which is my dad's stuff, and they're all the kids. So my dad's aftershave, his mouthwash, his menthol isopropyl alcohol, along with some Windex.
Oh, shit.
I mixed all of that stuff up in a bottle, shook it up, and it changed colors. And my goal was to get it to change back to its original color. So I'll add a little bit here, add a little bit of this there, a little bleach there. So
Adding a little bleach is always a good idea.
yeah,
Should have added a little ammonia.
Right. And so at the end of all of that, it didn't really work, but I didn't clean up after myself.
Oh,
so
no.
I just poured it all back into my dad's mouthwash.
Oh, no!
Mouthwash?
And I was like, I'll get it later.
You could have poisoned the man.
Yeah. So,
You don't
What
swallow
happened?
mouthwash, so hopefully it didn't burn inside of his.
well,
Did you get beat for that?
yeah, hold on. Again, let me finish,
me finish
my
this
story.
Jason, be quiet.
So I went off playing and doing whatever, and then it's like evening time. My dad gets off of work around like 6 or 7. So he gets home, he takes a shower, brushes his teeth, and he gets ready to go with his mouthwash. And he doesn't do it
Oh.
because he sees the bottle and sees that it's been like tampered with. It was
Okay.
it
The
was
wrong
only-
color.
It was only half full, yesterday, and now it's completely full, and it's also the wrong color.
Oh
So,
my god.
what's going on? So then he smelled it, and he was like, yeah, somebody's done some. So at this time, my sister and brother were visiting another cousin in another state, so they weren't, and just me and her sister, the one with the mental. Of course, it wasn't her. So they automatically knew that it was me. My dad screamed my name and brought the bottle into into my room. And he was like, "Hey, did you do this?" I'm a little more mild mannered than my dad was when he was at time. So he was screaming it, and I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "Why did you do it?" It's like, it was just an experiment. And he was like, "Do you know I could have like drank this and like almost poisoned myself?" And I was like, "I didn't mean for it." And of course, I got a spanking and a whooping and a punishment. But with that, he would like tell people around me. He was like, "Yeah, I don't have bad kids. You know, all of my kids they're just individuals, but this one." He's gonna be a genius and a scientist and blah blah blah. Because I was like, yeah, but I almost do.
The price of science,
Yeah.
man. The price of science.
Yeah, my parents were really supportive of like the things, the talents and the stuff that I knew that they knew that I had. So they supported it in whatever way they could. So like he did what he could, he brought me a science and all that stuff, so I could do it safely. But
And not try to kill him.
Right,
you know,
yeah. But yeah, I got the ass whooping of life.
I'm sure.
bet you did.
Yes.
Yeah. One, because I wasted stuff, but
Right.
then I also almost killed my dad.
Right. I'm just thinking if Wesley ever did that shit, how I would react. And I don't think we would ever hear from Wesley again. You'd be like, Wesley, who?
Like, my thought was like you were trying to get it back to the same color. What happened? You did, and you poured it back in.
So, I don't know.
Oh,
I probably would not be here.
In prison still.
Oh, God.
I will say I used to do that kind of stuff myself, but I would just do it like I would close up the sink and mix it, and then open the drain and let it drain down. But I was even because I would mix bleach and ammonia, which will kill you because it creates chlorine gas, is
Right.
which they used to gas the Jews in the Holocaust. And I remember I took bleach and ammonia one time, poured it down the drain, and stood over it.
Oh, no.
And got a whiff of it. And I am so lucky I didn't kill myself with that
Right.
stuff. So yeah. Yay for almost killing yourself and your parents with your...
Oh, my God.
So another Bill Nye experiment.
Bill Nye's killing people.
Oh, gosh.
He was
yes.
talking about like conductivity of electricity and like things that conduct electricity. And so I was like, you plug stuff into the socket to get power
Eldred
to
Jones.
stuff. So I wonder, what could I plug into the socket to get electricity? So you know how like some of those wooden rulers, they had like the metal edge
Yeah.
to them. So I pulled that out, and it was like a copper edge. I bent it into shape, and I plugged one side in, nothing happened, and I plugged the other side in and zapped myself back into the wall. It created like a little burn stain there. And again, my mom came across that one, and she's like, "Do you know you could have killed yourself?" And out of that, I got a science kit. So I was like, all of the stuff that like I could have almost killed somebody, I ended up getting like stuff
Rewarded?
right?
You got beaten and rewarded for
Because
it?
I was the good. My sister jokes and says that I'm like my parents' favorite, but
You're the gay one, of course you are.
I'm the gay one.
Speaking of other science, I discovered early on that, and Wesley has discovered this too, that you magnify light with a magnifying glass.
Oh, God.
And if you take it out in the sunlight is powerful enough to burn stuff. Well, I used to burn leaves and stuff, and I set my yard on fire.
Did you really?
In the Austenness. And our neighbor came over and was flipping out because our side yard was on fire. And he was like, "Oh my God," and he'll help me stamp it out. Like, I didn't even realize what was going on. I was like walking my happy ass back over to the house because I had walked over the side yard, fucking around. I just dropped a leaf, walked back, and then my neighbor came running across the yard, running across the street, yelling at me. And I was like, "Oh my God, oh my God." Be very careful with Wesley because he will burn your house down and or kill himself with chlorine gas.
He would put your
Don't give
house
him a
on
science
fire.
kit
No,
when he does
he
it.
would put your house on fire because the last time he had the little magnifying glass was right here. So, not my house. Hope you have good insurance.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jennifer, I know you've done some some.
I played with
rambunctious
roly-polies. I don't remember doing anything that would like kill me. Now,
She wasn't a little scientist like
there
EJ and I
there
were.
was a story my mom told. I don't remember any, but my mom told me when we lived at the apartments. I was probably 6 years old, and I watched some kids burn a mattress.
Burn a mattress?
Yeah, in
Jesus
the woods.
Christ.
Was this in Germany?
No, it was here, and I just watched it. And then my mom was like, "Why didn't you tell anyone that could burn all the apartments down?" They were older than me, so I thought they knew what they were doing, and that was it. That's the only story I know about like fire, and I mean, unless I did it to myself, but that I like experimented. I don't really have any.
You're a good German girl. Don't break the rules.
I mean, with my mama, no, you don't break the rules. I smoked. That was like the biggest thing that I did. Smoke and drink. But with my liver, it doesn't really
That's true.
matter. So.
Which is funny because I don't know about EJ, but I'm tipsy after my. I think I've had 4 ounces of bourbon today because it's probably 6 ounces because I put 4 ounces in the old fashions and Zane just got her top off of probably.
Yeah.
Fuck you both.
We're on our 2. No. Well, I mean,
You're on your second.
I'm on my 2nd,
You have the liver that can handle it.
and I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm not, confusing Steven or anything like.
Well, I said Steven, y'all both have this crazy.
Well, because it was confusing as fuck. Because it's like, who the fuck is Steven? Like,
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, EJ, for coming on the podcast. It's
You're
been
quite
a blast.
welcome.
Yes, we love that you.
And don't
Yeah.
for all our 4 listeners. If there are any single people there without kids, don't have them.
I can't say hi, Mom.
Yeah,
Mom.
she had you.
She had
and
me
your
and my
pet.
brother, so,
Yeah. But yeah, if we have any millennials out there without kids,
Don't have them.
enjoy your bags and bags of money.
Yes.
And
Go on
your-
vacations.
to Disneyland
Yes.
and then to Hawaii.
Yes.
Well, I'll say this. I'll probably say the opposite. Have kids if you feel like you're ready.
When
Those
you win
three-
when you win the $1.9 billion lottery, then you have 10.
Well, and those 3 things that I mentioned before are like really important when it comes to like your sanity and your kids' sanity. Like they want to be in a safe environment, so like housing stability important. You know that it's going to be expensive to raise kids, so like having your finances together is also important. It's not a requirement, but it's important. All right.
I will say though, by the time you wait for all those 3 things to be true, you late 30s, early 40s, you're fucking damn
But
right.
you can still do it if you.
I did.
You can still do it in your 30s and when you're not ready too.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I'm well into my 40s and I still don't want
You are
to.
41.
I am 40.
You are not well into your anything, young man.
I'm 40.
Fucking.
But it is at any age, if you wanted to do it, you could do it.
Yes.
Just do it for the right reasons and just be ready to do it because it's a lot.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's a hell of a lot
Yep.
that you just have to be.
That is true.
And at the end of the day, you'll never be ready because there's
Nope.
always going to be something to happen. But you just make your mind up, and once you have those things that you think need to have ready, then
Even if you choose it, like me and Jason, you're still not ready for this
Nope.
shit.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of accidents that happen where people are definitely not ready.
Yep.
And we chose it, and I'm not ready. So yes, I can agree with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do it if you
Yeah.
want to. If you don't want
Then
to,
just-
don't do it.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, because
them
abortions
tubes
are
tied.
illegal in Alabama.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right. All right.
On
well,
that note,
On that note, thank you so much for EJ. Thank you, EJ, for coming out. I'm so drunk right now.
yes, you are.
My name is Steven. And
Yes.
thank you for listening to a
Do you
guide.
want me to do the rest?
No, shut up. You and EJ can do the rest. All right. Well, thanks for listening to another episode of A Guide to Poor Parenting.
If you like our podcast, please give us a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening on.
And if you don't like our podcast, just like we tell our kids to, you don't like our
Okay.
podcast, just like when we tell our kids to brush their teeth, even though they swear up and down they've already done it, despite their toothbrushes being dry,
Tough shit.
motherfuckers. Shut up.
We missed a whole segment. You know that,
Where?
right?
It
If
doesn't
you have
matter.
a funny story
Oh.
about your kids, or
Oh,
if you
yeah,
need
yeah.
some bad parenting advice, email at
done.
poorparenting@gmail.com. And if you have any topics that you want us to discuss, please let us know. Thank you so
Girl,
much.
you drunk.
I am so drunk. And tweet at us. We love tweets. We've only done 2 tweets so far.
I had one idea.
Yep. So thank you all for listening to my drunk ass, our good friend UJ, and my best friend Jennifer, and we love you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.